Dana Hayes denies involvement in this homicide, this 2020 homicide, that he was fired because he had some type of there was some interest in speaking with him in regards to this. He's trying to clear his name. He's been doing some interviews, and after he was fired by the police department and publicly named as a person of interest in a homicide investigation. So a former Baltimore Police Department civilian employee, right? I guess you could say that. Can you say, did he get a first? Did he get? Maybe he got one check, right? You know, got to work that week in a hole, right? Fired a few days on the job, right? So he was a chief of fiscal services, the third highest rank in the department's fiscal division. He got a decent job, a high-ranking job, dealing with the money, right? Oh my God, right? But he says he wants to clear his name. He just wants to tell his side of the story. And I actually just feel like I've been targeted in this whole ordeal. So actually, he says that he's the victim here. Did we mention that somebody died? That this is a homicide, but he says that he's targeted. Sources say that Hayes was fired after he got into an elevator at police headquarters and a detective recognized him as a person of interest in a homicide case from 2020. So let's do this. I talked about the fact that HR is supposed to do some investigation, right? HR, none of them didn't pick it up. A chance meeting in an elevator at police headquarters, and then one of the detectives says, wait a minute, I got him up on a clipboard in the office, and he's right here, and he's got a badge on too. Right? How crazy is that, right? Only in Baltimore. Only in Baltimore are these things going to happen, right? This is not happening nowhere else but Baltimore, right? So Hayes said he's told outlets he did an interview with 11 News, BAL, and some other places. So he denies involvement in the 2020 homicide, and he plans to talk more about the situation in the future. He's going to get an attorney. He's going to be doing a whole lot of interviews, and he's trying to milk this 15 minutes of fame on up. So it has also been revealed that there was a gun charge in 2019 that was eventually expunged from his record. Why do we need to even know this, right? If he's a person of interest, but he's not a suspect, should he have been fired? A person of interest is not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we do have to get the facts. This is supposed to get picked up by HR. They didn't pick it up by HR. Is this a wrongful termination? I mean, you have a lot of things that you can look at. He still may come up with some money here, right? So he says, for me, my record is clean. It was no mistake. It was none of that. I actually passed that background check. My record was clean. Now, and he's probably got a point there, because HR had to do some investigations. They had to do a background check. Nothing came up. And so because this officer said, oh yeah, he's a person of interest. So you mean to tell me a 2-year-old case, they just boom randomly? I don't know. I don't know if the police are that thorough right now. There's so much crime going on. And yes, cases get cold and all that kind of stuff. But this crime happened 2 years ago. They haven't solved it yet. So this man is just in limbo. He's a person of interest, but they haven't charged him with anything. Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison said that the department is investigating how the charge was missed in a background check. However, under state law, an expunged record is not supposed to be used against someone. So now it's confusing. So it wasn't the expunged gun charge. That wasn't it. What got him on the radar was him being a person of interest. That should not be used against him, I don't think. Hayes' termination letter reads in part, a subsequent review of your background was finalized and derogatory information has been discovered that would prevent you from being eligible for hire. According to the terms of your employment with Baltimore Police Department, you are a probation employee for a 1-year period. And guess what? Your probation is over, right? Hayes said that he feels like he should have been given more opportunity to defend himself. I mean, what should have happened was if they were going to take this position, they should have never hired him in the first place. But I don't know. Something derogatory in your background, I guess. Hayes says that he was not asked to go into a room and have a conversation with the commissioner, deputy commissioner, or anyone of that nature. Oh, no. You think that they was going to put you in a room with the commissioner when you got something, as they call it, derogatory on your record? Oh, no. They wasn't doing that, fam. Anyway, he said, I came there. I was detained in front of my colleagues, and I sat in a detective room for over 4 hours. And I wasn't given a fair shot at all. I mean, he may have a case here, assuming that he's not, they don't charge him for the thing that they say he's a person of interest for. He says that he feels like it could have been handled differently. I agree with that. It could have and should have been handled differently. I felt like it could have been an internal matter. That's what he says. I don't know about that. We could have spoke about it. Then whatever the result was, that's what it was. I do think that there's probably on the application, they probably give you a space to say, hey, some stuff you need to tell us, right? This might have been something that he maybe should have mentioned. Now, this week, Mayor Brandon Scott called for a review process to hire civilian employees. Here's the thing about that. Mayor Scott, you saying the review process to hire civilian employees, you're trying to say that in a way to communicate, there's nothing wrong with our folks that are on the street. It's these civilian employees. Whatever. It's the same process regardless. The whole process, the HR department is the same folks. Your procedure is the procedure. If you say that the procedure needs to be reviewed and potentially strengthened, then just say it that way. Don't try to say the civilian employees. Like, it's just that's the type of sliminess that I don't like about politicians. Slimy. Just an image, man. Don McKay in here, of course, the DonMcKayShow.com, On Fire TV.